This week we are visiting the mountains of North Carolina. We will be camping in the small town of Murphy, visiting a few of our favorite places from when we lived there. Then we will be heading to Boone, where we will go on a couple of our favorite hikes. So let's get to it.
You want to say hello to everybody? No? You're looking for the chicken? Say, I want the chicken now.
Food. So we just got a new Instapot. It is a pressure cooker, slow cooker. So we are going to make our first meal in it, which is a chicken Alfredo recipe that I got off of Instapot. So we're doing a pound. Doing a pound of chicken. Pressure cooker, slow cooker. Preheat whatever pepper food line had. Did it say salt too? Yeah. Flip it.
Sure.
Flip it. The content of inner pot to pie dish. That's not happening. Oh, it's whitening. That's cooking for chicken.
That's definitely cooking.
Okay. I feel like this is right. Had a visitor from the camp host. Who was the camp host? A visitor who was the camp host. Very excited to see the Brinkley here.
Yeah, this is a great RV park. Like they have off-leash dog areas. Like they have these huge pastures and meadows that you can just go and hike. And
Yeah,
it's a very big property, like probably 50 to 100 acres of land.
Yeah.
The nice thing is like at night there's no light pollution or anything. It's just you can see the stars. Like it's going to be really pretty here.
Yes, we are so very excited to put that deck down and have a glass of wine. And just look out at the stars at some point this week while we're here.
This is a cool area too. They have lots of lakes and hiking trails, and national forest is all around us. There's waterfalls, so it's a really cool area just to kind of come out and explore. Guys, had a little bit of time to explore today while Stacy's getting a couple of things done around the camper, and had a chance to go to Bell Mountain, which is near Hiawassee, Georgia. We're out actually looking over Lake Chatuge right now, and Bell Mountain is at about 3,300 feet in elevation. It's a 13% grade over about 1.5 miles to get up here, so quite the climb by car and by foot, but it's totally worth it. As you can see, the scenery is just spectacular all around us.
Raining today. It's like 86 degrees, fairly warm, and it is raining pretty heavily. So we have decided to head to Mercer Orchards. It's probably raining there, so we won't be doing any picking of blueberries, but they do have some really tasty treats, and we've enjoyed it there before, so I thought we'd spend the day there.
I want this stuff. What you think?
I like it. Let's do it.
And it goes. Alright. Apple cinnamon bread. Yummy. Oh, that looks good.
It does look good.
And here we have it. What you always come here for. Apple cider donuts. These are amazing. We must get some. Thank you.
So much.
Yummy.
You too.
showing you guys what it looks like. We are here on a Thursday at Nantahala Lake. The kayaks from this marina are only $10 an hour, which is absolutely amazing. The boat rentals are pretty cheap too if you want to have a motorized journey on Nantahala Lake. This place is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's surrounded by mountains. It's like 3,500 feet in elevation, so it's a good like 7-8 degrees cooler than it is even down in Murphy. So it is spectacular here.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous.
Hey guys, we just made it to Boone. So it's about 10 degrees cooler up here, which is really, really nice. We're at about like 3,000 feet in elevation and just pulled into the KOA here in Boone. Really nice campground. It kind of has that like camp kind of feel if you really want like a state park type feel. But the sites are really, really tight. So like we were barely able to get the Brinkley and our truck in the campsite, but
Yeah,
we squeezed it in.
It's a what, 46 feet, so
Yeah.
not a ton of sites this thing fits into, but it fit and our truck fit. Can't put the patio down, which is a bummer. There's also not a lot of cell signal and too much shade for the Starlink, so
We are having an internet-free weekend.
Now there's nothing to do.
We're gonna do a nice little campfire tonight. Just kind of have a glass of wine around the campfire. It'll be really nice.
So we like to go hiking. And wish we could bring our dog, but she's definitely not a hiking dog. She pretty much just likes to stop and sniff every 2 seconds, being a hound mix. So she has to stay home, unfortunately. But we get to go on some pretty interesting and more strenuous hikes with her not being here.
Western North Carolina is absolutely beautiful, and Boone is like one of our favorite areas. Like this particular hike was only 0.2 miles, so super short, and the views were amazing.
Yeah, it's one of our favorite things about this area is you don't have to hike for a really long time in order to get a really nice view, and you can afford or don't have to go to Grandfather Mountain where you have to pay for pretty views. You can go anywhere and get a really nice view. So lots of good places to see. Sometimes when you hike a little bit further, you can get your own little private viewing area. See, nobody's here. This is the Beacon Heights Trail in the Boone area. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I was so I grew up as an Eagle Scout and used to go backpacking a lot and doing like 50-mile, 7-day trips and stuff. So,
It was a cinch with my Wilderness Explorer GPS.
this is a lot of fun. And it's a whole lot more fun than sleeping on the ground. RV life is amazing because it takes you to places like this where you can do a quick hike and be in just absolutely beautiful areas without all of the pain that comes from sleeping on the ground.
You can get a nice hike in, stretch your muscles, and then go home and sleep on a very comfortable mattress. Easy 30-minute round trip walk. That's exciting.
Right.
So this particular trail's got these fun little informational areas. I don't know if that's the tree that it's talking about. It's tall. But they're all just large trees. Northern red oak. I don't know what a northern red oak is. I'm not fluent in tree language, but they're all very pretty. Mid-80s. However, sitting at the top of this rock with the sun beating down on us, with this amazing view that we don't want to leave, it probably feels more like the mid-90s.
Yeah.
So whenever you go hiking, always carry some water and a first aid kit and a snake bite or a bite kit, as you never know what kind of things you're going to be encountering on the trails.
Spoken like a true Eagle Scout.
That would be him.
Yeah, no, that's really important. And, you know, making sure that you drink plenty of water. I'm not a fan of water in general. I generally don't drink a lot of water, but when we're hiking, I definitely do. Hey guys. We're just taking a little walk along the Boone Greenway Trail. It's a really nice trail along the river, and just a great temperature. Had a good dinner and enjoying some time.
One of the things about having a dually long bed is that when you go to cities like this, it's very hard to find parking. So we have been searching and searching, trying to find a good restaurant. Been to a couple not so good ones in the area, but we did eat at a really good one today. It's called Peppers in Boone. It's good food, great service. So if you are in the area and are looking for a good restaurant where you can park a dually pickup truck, come to Peppers. And it's right next to a Harris Teeter, which is great.
And the other thing about a dually that's pretty interesting is that, like, you know, it takes up more than one space, the long bed does, but people always seem to, like, in the case of this, it's like a huge open parking lot with tons of parking. We parked towards the back. There was plenty of open spaces, but someone has to, like, squeeze in right next to you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is about that, but it just drives me crazy. I don't know why people do that. But
Yeah, we park in the smallest area that we can, taking up as few spaces as possible, which is like 4 spaces for a long bed dually.
Why do we park way back there?
well, and our truck's only a couple of months old. We got like 5,000 miles on it, so it's still like the baby. I don't want it to get scratched or dinged by somebody's door or any of that kind of stuff.
This is my truck.
So, you know.
Yeah, gotta take care of it.
Exactly. Yeah, so this KOA, we said that the sites are super tight. They're literally the picnic table where this person next to us is grilling out is like within 6 inches of the sewer pipe. So you kind of are like, I mean, I'm gonna be out there dumping my tanks while you're grilling a burger. Certainly wouldn't do that. There's absolutely adequate etiquette that you use in those situations, which is you don't mess with the sewer when somebody's out there. But
So Matt is out there dumping the tanks, and earlier we said, you know, that the dump areas were super close to the picnic tables, and somebody's going to be eating lunch or eating dinner while you've got to dump your tanks. Didn't think it would happen, but here we are. It's time to leave, and our neighbors are out there trying to have a nice cookout, and we have to dump our tanks.
Wow, that is really bad timing.
If you guys have any thoughts, suggestions, things that y'all do to prevent this unfortunate timing connection, let us know. So I'm sitting here 5 months later, editing this video, trying to figure out how to wrap up this particular part. And I think there's something important that I realized while reflecting on this moment. And that's really just to give yourself and the people around you just a little bit of grace, because we're all out here just doing the best we can with the information that we have available to us in that moment. So yeah, hang on to that. I know I'm trying to. Perfect timing, air conditioner. So this week's tip was all about working in the kitchen, cooking together. I like this particular tip because it's just a way to spend time together in a small space, which is one of the challenges of it, which is one of the questions we'll kind of get to in a second. But first thing is kind of, how is this helpful? How is it helpful for us in our relationship to spend time in this little teeny tiny space? So
I think for me, it's really cool, just to spend time together and working as a team to get meals together and stuff like that. It's a good way to, you put your phones down when you're cooking because you're doing other things, and so you're not playing on your phone while you're talking or watching TV or any of those kinds of things because you're cooking. You're actively engaged. So it's a good time to talk and just chat about the day and all those kinds of things too.
Very true, very true. This is one of the times that we generally kind of just put everything away and chat, which is nice. And from a connection perspective, I think it's really helpful to kind of hone some of those skills because it is a small space, so it kind of challenges you in certain ways. So you have to use really good communication and be clear. There's a lot of touch that's involved, so touch each other.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Physical touch is involved in it. Good communication is involved. Speaking a lot of kind words and being grateful and appreciative is also really important in a relationship. So that has to take place in this space in order for it to be successful too.
It's just so small.
And our RV has a fair amount of space in the kitchen, but it's not one of the biggest ones either. So, some RVs have really gigantic kitchens with big center islands, and that's a little easier for a couple of people to be in. But
yeah, I probably wouldn't suggest all of your children here in the kitchen together. That might get a little chaotic unless you like something like that. But spending time together doing fun stuff, getting creative with meals can take place in a small space just like it can in a regular home. Why did we start this particular thing?
I honestly don't remember. I know we've been married 11 years, and so I can remember ever since we were dating, we always cooked together. I think the first meal I ever prepared for Stacy was a roast and a couple vegetables and a bunch of other things. But she was in the kitchen the whole time, and it seems like it worked.
And in particular, we kind of have two different taste palettes. Matt likes things cooked a different way than I do.
It's a little bland.
We both can enjoy what we're eating, and we can do it all together, and it can feel like it's a together thing instead of you got your thing and I've got mine thing. It's still different, but it's still got that togetherness and connection. So what are some things to watch out for when you are doing this? I think definitely if you have had a stressful day, if it's just been a lot and you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, probably being in a small space like this and trying to maneuver around someone might actually agitate things.
I need space from you.
Maybe tonight is not a good night to cook together. Maybe you need to do something else.
Or maybe this is the night that you pull the grill out and do burgers or chicken outside or vegetables or something where you're not in the tight space at that time. And our dog Bella likes to lay right in the middle of where we are while we're cooking and stuff like that. So that's always fun.
You have to be very aware and very careful when you're in this small space too. When you're cooking, step over her, step over each other. But it is a really fun time, and I enjoy it, and I love spending time with my hubby here in the kitchen, making whatever in the world we're deciding to make that day.
Exactly.
Leave it in the comments what you guys think, what works, what doesn't work, any other tips or suggestions around this particular topic. Next time, we will be spending the 4th of July in historic Virginia. So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to follow us on our journey and get more tips for staying connected on the road.